Welcome to Hurricane's coverage of Cataclysm. I'm Peppa, and in this video I'll be covering Elemental Shamans. All information that you're going to see here is on the PTR currently, so it is subject to change. But there are some positive things to look forward to here as an Elemental Shaman. Some of the things that you're going to look forward to are Lava Surge and Feedback. These are two great abilities that Elemental Shamans are getting in this expansion. Lava Surge, with 2 points, makes the periodic damage of Flame Shock have a 20% chance to reset the cooldown of Lava Burst. This is amazing for damage, and if you're watching the video closely, you'll be able to see how often Lava Burst seems to come up. The burst is amazing for Shamans, so here's one of those answers to you Elemental Shamans who are like, our DPS in Cataclysm or in Wrath was horrible. One of the other things that we're going to look at is Feedback. And what Feedback does is, you might remember this as a T10 2-set bonus. Every time you cast Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning, it reduces the cooldown on Elemental Mastery by 2 seconds. In Cataclysm, this is built into our talents with a little bit of a buff. Instead of 2 seconds, it's 3 seconds per cast. And during the course of this test and the tests previous to this that I was doing, this was standing still, I was able to get Elemental Mastery off about every 45 seconds, which is impressive for a 3-minute cooldown ability. Now obviously you're going to be moving more during fights and things like that, where you're not going to get a chance to get this that often, but there are other things coming down the pipe. With Spirit Walker's Grace, I would strongly recommend having Elemental Mastery on cooldown and then use Spirit Walker's Grace. That way when you're popping off the free Chain Lightnings or the free Lightning Bolts for that 10 seconds, you're feeding into the cooldown reduction on Elemental Mastery. Some of the other things that I know, one of the things you're probably most interested in is Earthquake. And at the end of this video, you'll get a chance to see Earthquake, and it's really impressive. I think one of the coolest features about this as an AoE ability is that it has a 10% chance to do a knockdown. And I got to play with this a good bit. Ran a couple dungeons and stuff like that, and I'll show it to you here. You won't get to see the knockdown effect, but it adds like a fun mechanic to your AoE that you generally don't get. I mean, mages have their freeze if they're Frostspect and stuff like that. They can freeze things in place with their blizzard, but this has a really cool effect. So go ahead and watch the rest of the video and kind of just watch for the Lava Surge proc, see how often that happens, and just watch how often through the course of the video that I was able to actually get Elemental Mastery off. I'd also like to note, along with some of the abilities that I got in the talent tree, 2 abilities that I didn't play around with, led to an ability called Formation. And the ability before it and Formation, what it basically does is, every time you cast Lightning Bolt, and I believe Chain Lightning, if you have Lightning Shield on, it adds a charge of Lightning Shield up to 9 charges. Then if you use Earth Shock with Formation talent, it'll use those extra charges on your shield all at one time to do damage, along with the Earth Shock. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit more. Seems really impressive and very, very promising. It's part of the elemental tree. And here you go is Earthquake. And that's all I have for right now. This is our first video for Hurricane, so hopefully there'll be better quality in the future. And I hope this is a nice video and gave you kind of a nice outlook on, or a nice insight on what's to come.